Welcome back. And we apologize for the short lunch break, but we still hope you have a refreshing lunchtime. So let's continue our exploration into how diet and nutrition shape our health. Please join me in welcoming Professor Li Meishen and Professor Lin Shiyi to moderate the upcoming session. Professor Li comes from the Department of Public Health at National Defense Medical Center with expertise in nutritional epidemiology and biostatistics. And Professor Lin serves as the director of the Center for Geriatrics and Gerontology at Taichung Veteran General Hospital in Taiwan. We are honored to have them. Please, a round of applause again for our moderators.
Good afternoon, dear colleague, and thank you for your continuous support for the last second section of this conference. And we are getting here to discuss nutritional strategies and to promote healthy aging, a topic that is important because we are not only want to extend our lives, but also improve the quality of these years. And today, we have delighted to have hear from three distinguished speakers, one from Japan and two of Taiwanese. And then we each will focus on a key aspect of a healthy aging through nutrition. And our first speaker will explore the broad concept of improving health and highlight how nutrition affects our energy, mood, and overall health as well as age. And then next, we would look at the critical role of oral health and direct link to the improving nutritional status and the preventing frailty. And finally, our third speaker will take us through the modifiable nutritional factors that influence longevity and show us how simply dietary adjustment can support a longer, healthy life. And let's welcome the first speaker from Japan, the Department of Epidemiology of Aging, Center for Gerontology and the Social Science Research Institute, Professor Rei Otsuka. And her topic is about healthy diet for better well-being, how to apply the NILS-LSA cohort study to the community. Let's welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Chiyama, and we appreciate to present here today. So today we would like to show our new study about the social implementation, and my topic is how to apply the cohort study result to the community. And so today we have two topics. First is evidence from observational and interventional studies for dementia prevention, and secondly, how to apply the research result to the community. So now we collaborate with a pharmaceutical company to deliver healthy diets as social implementation. So dementia is a chronic decline or loss of various mental function that developed normally after middle age. And the prevalence of dementia in Japan is here. And the red line is women's prevalence according to the age group, and the blue line is the men. And there are 6 differences between men and women. The prevalence of women is higher after 75 years old. And among the over 85 years, more than 37% of women and 25% of men have dementia in Japan. And the number of older adults with dementia and MCI is here. So now is 2024, almost 10 million people among the total population of Japan is 125 million now. Among the 2022, almost 10 million people have MCI and dementia. And the estimation indicates that by 2060, more than 12 million people have MCI and dementia. So this slide shows the main causes of requiring care by age groups. The left side is men and right side is women. And according to the age group, so among middle age group 40 to 65 years, the main causes of requiring care in Japanese is almost a cerebral vascular disease, stroke, both in men and women. And proportion of the stroke is decreasing with the old age group. However, the proportion of dementia, the purple line is increasing according to the age group, and all population, so almost 40% of men and 20% of women required care by dementia in Japan. So after 2018, so the top of the causes of Japanese is dementia. So for the recommended diet for dementia prevention in world, maybe I think that we have the 3 representative diet. So the most famous must be Mediterranean diet. Mediterranean diet is a traditional diet people eat in Mediterranean countries, and they recommended to high intake of olive oil, whole grains, fish, vegetable, fruits, red wine, and restricted to red meat or sweets. And that diet is developed by NIH and to prevent hypertension. And that diet recommends in low-fat dairy products, vegetables, whole grains, and restrict to salt, alcohol intake, and sweet foods. And my diet is combined with a DASH diet and Mediterranean diet to develop to prevent dementia. And the my diet recommend whole grains, vegetables, berries, nuts, and restrict to red meat, butter, cheese, and confectionaries. But the Japanese diet is so unique in the worldwide. So Japanese diet usually eat rice, and mainly rice and fish or meat and soup, miso soup, and vegetables. And Taiwanese diet is also unique in the world. And they eat rice and eggs and chicken, vegetable and spices. So I think the difference between Japanese diet and Taiwanese diet is the spices are so different. First, spices used are so different. And today I showed some flags of the presentators in this symposium, and just an image of my each country's meal. So if my image was so different, please tell me that after my presentation I will change the slide. So, I would like to say in this slide, so Japanese diet is so unique. So we need a Japanese evidence. So studies in Japanese are needed to clarify the association between diet and dementia in Japanese population. So our center in Japan is a National Center for Geriatrics and Gerontology. The presenter is a license here. So our center conducted the National Institute for Longevity Sciences longitudinal study of aging, referred to NILS-LSA cohort study from 1997 to now. So now we conduct 10th survey, and NILS-LSA followed up for almost 4,000 participants aged 40 to 79 years old at baseline, and we followed up every 2 or 3 years, and so assessed about the medical status or nutrition, any other things. So in this NILS-LSA reported many reports about the dementia prevention, especially nutritional epidemiological study. And so most representative study is about focus on the dietary diversity, because Japanese like rice and noodles. So sometimes we satisfied with only rice such as a rice bowl as a lunch. So some people, especially older person, tend to eat only staple food as in their meal. So we hypothesize only rice food or staple food meals must be a high risk of dementia. So we focus on dietary diversity. And in this study, we assess the dietary diversity by a quantitative index for dietary diversity quantity. Quantity is so easiest score, so it runs from 0 to 1. 0 means unbalanced diet. So if we eat only rice during all day, so the score tend to be 0. And if we eat several kinds of foods. So we the score tend to be 1. And we divided subject according to the quantity score from quartile 1 to quartile 4, divided 4 groups, and the association between dietary diversity and the MMSE score decline, there are positive, negatively associated with the dietary diversity and MMS score. MMS score means cognitive decline. And so this study shows the intake of a variety of food prevented cognitive decline. So we also reported the dietary diversity and the hippocampal volume. So we followed every 2 years. So in this study, we followed 2 years, and so we assessed the dietary diversity index and hippocampal atrophy association. So this is those responsibly negatively association between quartile of dietary diversity index and hippocampal atrophy. And total gray matter atrophy is also associated with the dietary diversity, but hippocampal volume is more stronger than the total gray matter atrophy. So this study indicates food intake with dietary diversity could prevent hippocampal atrophy. So why dietary diversity associated with cognitive function? So we thought 2 pathways. One pathway is a dietary diversity affect cognition through the nutritional intake. So because subject in our study, high dietary diversity group consume various nutrient intake. So they consume more protein or micronutrients and any other thing. So their well-balanced diet contribute to the maintain brain function. This is one pathway. And the second pathway must be behaviors of having a diverse diet. So such as thinking of meal menus or preparing ingredients or cooking. These health concerns must be associated with the cognition. So today I showed our NILS-LSA cohort study. Our study indicates a diet consists of a variety of foods, not only grains are associated to keep cognition, and other representative Japanese studies also indicate the same results. Hisayama cohort study is a famous study in Japan. They reported a high diet, high in beans, soy products, vegetable and seaweed, dairy and milk products, and low in rice is associated to prevent dementia. And Otsuka cohort study, they focused on Japanese style diet, and they reported Japanese style diet with a high intake of fish, vegetable, mushroom, seaweed, pickles, soy products, and green tea is preventive factors to dementia. And YAB cohort and JPHC cohort also reported high dietary diversity is preventive factors for dementia. So I think all of the represented Japanese cohort study indicate a well-balanced diet with a variety of foods rather than a single food contribute to the improvement in cognitive function. So Japan multi-intervention trial for prevention of dementia, JMINT. So this is the first randomized control trial to prevent to prevent dementia in all older adults with MCI in Japan. The PI is Dr. Arai. And this study focused to clarify the efficacy of the multi-domain intervention. So they divided the subject into intervention and control group. And so in the intervention group, they conduct 4 kinds of the intervention. The first is the management of vascular risk factors. And second is a group-based physical exercise. And third is a nutrition counseling, including to enhance to eat the dietary diversity food. And the fourth is cognitive training. So today I have not so much to time, so I'm sorry. I skipped in detail, but the main results are here. So there are no significant difference in cognitive composite score over 18 months. But when we focus on the adherence of exercise, so high adherence group, this is a blue line, is showed a significant interventional effect compared to the low adherence group. In addition, we focused on the individuals with ApoE4RL group or elevated GFAPRL. Among these high-risk groups, the interventions appeared to be particularly effective in the high-risk group. So they conducted a multi-domain intervention study, but they conduct to enhance dietary diversity. So maybe I think the dietary diversity, to enhance the dietary diversity, must to contribute to cognition among Japanese. So dietary strategy. So I think the dietary strategies for preventing dementia in Japanese must be a nutritionally balanced diet with a variety of seasonal foods rather than a single food. So intervention study and observational study indicate these results. So how can we deliver a healthy diet to the community for better well-being? So we usually do research, and we sometimes have some academic presentation like here, and sometimes deliver our result to internet. But our scientific evidence can deliver only limited people. So we would like to deliver our scientific evidence to the community, whole community, or target demographics, for example, such as older adults. And dietary behaviors in old age basically consist of dietary habits in middle age, and they have high risk of malnutrition. So they sometimes have physical problems, social problems, and mental problems. So physical problems including the needs nursing care, dementia, decreased appetite, decreased oral swallowing function, and impaired sensory or smell or taste, and disease and medication. And social problems include economic conditions, changes in family structure, and social network growth, and poor shopping access. And mental problems, sometimes they have low motivation, depression, and solitude. So these factors may affect high risk of malnutrition. In addition, recently, digital divide is a new problem among older adults. Some older adults easily access to the scientific evidence, but the other is difficult to access this information for their health. So near future, the number of older people living and eating alone in Japan must be increased. So this figure shows the trend and outlook for household makeup. So now 2024, so now in Japan, the prevalence of the single person is increasing because unmarried younger person and sometimes the divorced person is increasing. So the number of single person and older single person is gradually increasing. So just a living single is not the risk factor, but the single person sometimes eat meals in a day alone. So this graph shows the frequency of eating all meals in a day alone. So in 2011, almost 10% eat all meals in a day alone, but 2017, the prevalence is increasing, and 15% of Japanese eat meals only by themselves at home or anywhere by alone. This is a risk factor for malnutrition. So Japanese government, Japanese national dementia policy is prevention and inclusion. So prevention means delaying the onset of dementia and progression, so slowing down the progression of dementia. And inclusion is means people with and without dementia can live together in the same society. So to create a dementia-friendly society, community-based integrated care, including medical care, nursing care, and prevention and lifestyle support is needed in Japan. So now today's topic is a social implementation. So I'm not accustomed for the social implementation in my honestly. So I asked the Copilot. Copilot is a Microsoft AI. What is a social implementation? And he responded me from 1 to 6 points. So I think the researcher is easily to use a method for. So to conduct a social implementation, so to build partnership with companies or government agencies, NGOs, to deliver their research result to the community. So now we collaborate with a major pharmaceutical company to deliver healthy diets from our Cohort study. So this is a concept of the social implementation. So to provide a wide variety of food or services and health information, we collaborate as a pharmaceutical company, Eisai. Eisai is one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies in Japan or in the world. So they deliver the Alzheimer drug. And this time, Eisai asked us to supervise about the guidance to reducing the risk of cognitive decline and nutrition. So they review many research topics, many papers about preventing dementia, and we supervise our center, and I and the other researchers supervise it. And to create, after the creation of the guideline, so Eisai asked to food-related companies confirm the feasibility of development and business continuity to use guidance. So these food-related companies delivers meals to the home in older adults. So they create a new business development. So, for example, to deliver healthy menu to the community. So, based on our scientific evidence, so we supervise these scientific reports. So they will start new business in this fall. So this time we delivered we supervise the meal delivery. So food company delivered the healthy information along with healthy diet. Healthy diet means includes high dietary diversity and meals. And we deliver healthy information not only to prevent dementia, but also sarcopenia or frailty and any other age-related diseases. So I think the improvement of the public nutrition using foods and food products. So sometimes I think to prevent dementia, so fresh and safe ingredients deliberation is good for to prevent dementia, because fresh food contains antioxidant nutrients. So if we deliver the food and safety ingredients as soon as possible, I think it is good for to keep the cognition. And food and education and cooking classes and local kitchens also are good for delivered to scientific evidence. So in Japan, as a community-based integrated care, so now there are many places to a community center. So there in the community center, we have many kinds of activities such as cooking class and in other activities. So I think it is a good way to use a community center to deliver our scientific evidence to the community. The goal of my study is to create a society where everyone eats healthy diet for better well-being. So we expect that new social implementation can be made with the help of various industries. So this is the take-home message. So today we introduce our efforts related to social implementation and to promote proper dietary intervention for older people. So one way is to build a partnership with companies, government, or non-profit organizations. And the other way is using community centers through food education and cooking classes to enhance their well-being. So we would like to know any good social implementation from to the community. So thank you for your kind attention.
Thanks for Professor Otsuka for your nice presentation. So finally, we have some time to panel discussion. So we'll move to the second speaker. Okay. Thank you for Professor Otsuka.